How did the crash of Nibiru happen? M37VQ. It was an accident. It's like they were on a quest. Imagine, yeah, you're traveling in a car, going somewhere you've never been before, or you've been before, but you take in a route and then somebody just pulled out, I don't know, from a side road or a driveway or something, and you swerve to avoid a collision or having an accident. But even though you're swerving from that situation, you go and hit something else. So that's what happened. If you read the story, obviously we've only got a few minutes, so I can't go into it all, but it was Neptune, the planet Neptune, that came out of nowhere, and the route they were taking, they didn't anticipate that situation happening. So what happened is, by swerving not to collide with Neptune, they hit another planet called Meldek, okay, instead. And then Meldek, it just kind of caused a chain reaction where from Meldek, it was crazy because the beings on Meldek thought they were being attacked. So they started launching crafts to go to war. And then remember as well, the distances that we're talking about. Remember I mentioned as well how big Nibiru it was, or is, a big planetoid ship. It can't even come into our atmosphere because the magnetic pull from it will affect the planet. So it comes close, and even then you still get like the tornadoes, the earthquakes, and all the things that take place on the planet. So in short, it was an accident. So the beings had to start to explain what happened by sending information and trying to explain it was an accident. And then the elders that were responsible for the accident, they basically said, okay, we're going to repair, because when I say the distances, the orbit, so like if you swerve and then you go back, you know, like if you ever saw an accident on the motorway, like everyone's driving, everything's fine, and let's say something happens, somebody swerves, hits another car, that hits another one. Sometimes it just causes like a chain reaction, and you can get a pile of cars. So it was an accident, but they explained that it was an accident, eventually decided to help fix it because Tiamat was destroyed and cut in half, and the asteroid belt that we have today was formed from the debris that came from that crash. Then they used the science of the tetrahedron by using magnetism. Okay, let me quickly draw that. So if you look at the symbol, like this was the planet, and what they did was use crafts, yeah, to put them in different positions like this, and then each craft using magnetism to hold it together. This is this is what we're calling the science of the tetrahedron, where if we were to just draw it like this, you then had, because magnetism was used to hold it together, yeah, and these crafts held it together whilst it repaired itself, and it took, to millions of years to basically repair itself. They then transported trees and insects and, terraformed the planet basically to keep it in place, and have been monitoring and watching it ever since. And then different life forms developed on the planet. So that's the short version, but that's the science of the tetrahedron and how they, repaired the planet.